Oh, fuck. Oh, guys, I am so excited. Oh my goodness, today's the day. Yo, what is up, guys? DukeOfDC here. Welcome to another video, and today we are out on the beast. It's been a long time coming, but this is the 2015 KTM SuperDuke 1290R, and I'm so excited. We're here at Lamoto. I want to give them a hugely proper shout out because this is a bike that just got traded in for a 2016 Aprilia Tuono RF, interestingly enough. So take that information as you will. And they're actually selling this. So I believe it's up for $13,995, and you can hit them up, tell them I sent you. Come take a look at it. I believe it has like 2,000-ish miles on it, and they have given me the keys. Told me to have a good time, and well, I'm a good listener, so I'm gonna go do just that. And right off the bat, this seating position is way different. What? Oh, okay, you're also hearing a Graves exhaust, and then once we get out and go find somewhere proper to stop, I'll do like a walk around for you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so excited. Guys, it's the DukeOfDC on a KTM 1290 SuperDuke. How appropriate. Oh yeah. I'm so excited. Okay, so you're gonna see this little warning light come up every once in a while, and that's because it says that the brake lamp has a malfunction. However, everything's working just fine, so don't worry about that. And they're going to change out the sensor before they actually sell it. Oh, it's titillating. Feels so incredibly different though than the Tuono, and it's not in a bad way, but it's in a very unexpected way because this is a super naked bike. So yeah, let's just jump right into talking about this thing. The 1290 SuperDuke R is essentially the competitor to things like the S1000R, the Aprilia Tuono, the Speed Triple, the new FZ10, and it is one of the top dogs. If you're talking about displacement alone, then this thing is the top dog. I mean, we've got a 1301cc 75-degree liquid-cooled twin that's putting out, I believe, 152 horsepower at the rear wheel and 95 pound-feet of torque. Those are rear wheel dyno numbers. That's insane power. I'm not waiting behind other cars. What am I, a bitch? I'm on a SuperDuke. Alright, so yeah guys, ignore that brake light warning because we just checked it and the brake lamp works just fine. It's just something with the sensor. Again, they're going to fix it before the bike goes out with whoever the new and lucky owner is. I don't know if that sound is going to come through, but it sounds so damn good. Oh my god. What is this bike? This clutch is so light. It's a hydraulically actuated clutch, so it's going to be incredibly light. The brake, hydraulically actuated, of course, very light, but good brake feel in there. I would probably adjust this a little bit further out. I think the guy that owned this bike before me was probably a bit shorter. What is this? This is ludicrous. I am a big fan. It doesn't feel like a super naked. It feels much more like a supermoto, like hypermotard type bike. It's just the way that you're sitting on it is amazing. All right, so what other little facts are people going to be curious about here? So we've got this crazy amount of power. We've got WP suspension, front and rear, fully adjustable. We have the Brembo M50 monoblock calipers. Now I know that I've gotten that fact wrong on a few other reviews, but I've done my homework. Those are 100% the Brembo M50s, and they have great bite, great stopping power. And you know, that's the kind of stuff that you're paying the premium for. And that brings up a good point. This is a $17,399 bike, brand spanking new, MSRP'd. That is beating out almost everything but the Ducati Monster R. And if you really wanted a Ducati Monster with 1200 cc's, you could just get the standard for 13.5, or I think it's 13.9, but you know, much less than this. Oh, frick. It is a weekday and it's 5:38, so we're about to sit in a little bit of traffic trying to find some cool roads, but you know what? It's so worth it because I have no doubt in my mind that this bike is going to be sold within a week. It's just, they're hard to find, they're very hard to find used, if not impossible, because people hold on to them so dearly, and they're incredibly difficult to find as demos or test rides because none of the KTM dealerships would give me the time of day. So when I heard that Lamoto, a dealership that has supported me greatly, had one of these, I hit them up immediately, and of course they were more than happy to let me come out and ride it. So go hit them up if you want this bike. You're gonna have to beat me out for it. No, I'm just kidding. This would be carbon fiber if I bought this. I could see this is a beautiful piece that would be carbon fiber right here. Maybe these would be carbon fiber. These would be carbon fiber. What else? These would be carbon fiber. Shoot, guys, this is a nice... Oh, that sounds good. Something to note is that at this price point, this bike does not have a quick shifter up or down, no quick shifter whatsoever, which is a very strange thing because every other bike in the class that's competing with this from the premium manufacturers other than Triumph has a quick shifter as standard. So yeah, that's pretty, oh, except for Ducati too. Interesting. I'm correcting myself. You know, there's a lot of facts to remember here, guys. I just want to open it up so bad. How do I get ahead? Yo, okay, the Graves exhaust on this sounds incredible. I've never heard one of these stock, I don't think. Maybe, you know, never in person, that's for sure. On videos, of course, but never in person. The Graves gives it 10 out of 10. Would bang again, holy cow. It's not too loud though, it's not over intrusive. I imagine, of course, stock, it's probably much quieter. Still probably has a little bit of that grunt though when you start getting after it, which would be really nice. Another big thing about this that I personally love on motorcycles is that this is a single-sided swing arm bike, which I totally just mashed together, but that's okay. And I think it looks fantastic. I really like the styling that they picked here. It's very jagged. It almost looks like if a Wasp was transitioned into a motorcycle, this is what it would be. It would be a 1290 SuperDuke R, 100%. Other things to note, just standard things you would imagine at this price point. It does have ABS, it does have traction control, it does have rider modes, 3 of them, Sport, Street, and I believe it was Rain. I'm keeping it in Sport mode the entire time, which is the full power mode, because I want full power. I came today for full power. Dude, the riding position is 10 times more comfortable than the Tuono, and arguably more comfortable than the S1000R because of just where you sit. You're sitting much lower in the bike, you're lowering the center of gravity, the handlebars are a little bit higher up, a little bit further back, so I'm not reaching for anything, I'm not bending over for anything, I'm much more upright, which makes me feel like this is more of a hyper motard type of bike. It's really cool. It's got so much pull down low. This thing is making a shit ton of torque. Very low in the range. You're talking at 4,000, you're probably making 80 pound-feet of torque all the way up, gaining torque slowly until that, I believe it was an 8,600 RPM peak of 95 pound-feet, which is, it's just not a joke, you know, at the wheel, those are impressive numbers. The 151 horsepower, that's more common, you know, we're seeing that a lot. I saw that on my 210 when I dynoed it. You would see that on the S1000R, if not a higher number. And, you know, it's not to say it's a small amount of power, because it is certainly a lot of power, but it's just, you would almost expect with such a high displacement bike, you'd be seeing more horsepower. But of course, because this is a twin, it's really going to be more of a torque monster than anything, which is fine with me because I think it's beautiful, any configuration it comes in. I don't want to hit that little tar snake or else I'm going for a trip. Okay, alright, throttle's not messing around in street mode. Gotta just take it a little easy, get used to it. It feels moderately apprehensive to lean in, and what I mean by that is that when you go to initially lean in, you're given kind of a little spit back, right? Because the rake is so steep, you are sitting kind of on the front of the tire, which I'm not necessarily used to on many bikes, other than things like the Hyper Motard. And it just gives you that slightly unsettling feeling. However, it just takes some time to get used to these things, I'm sure. I mean, if I had ridden this bike for just a little bit more, I'm sure I'd be much more acclimated to how to whip it around in an appropriate manner. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I see what all the hubbub is about these. I mean, they're amazing. I want to cut this little gap and then just go ham to the red line. That's effortless too. I mean, at no point does it feel like it wants to slow down, but it also, that wind resistance isn't there. I don't know, because, you know, there's not really any type of a front windscreen either. That's just good aerodynamics for what they do have. You know, the front cowl and headlight probably act as a little bit of a windscreen for you, which is really nice. Absolutely beastly. Wow, so much torque. So much effing torque. I'm telling you. You know, and I'm coming off of a bike that is very torquey. The V4 on the 210 is an incredibly torquey bike, you know, but this is in a league of its own. I haven't felt this kind of power even off of the 1200, the Ducati, which wants to compare with this, right? Because we're talking about a big, no replacement for displacement, super naked bike. How appropriate would it be for the DukeOfDC to be on a 1290 SuperDuke R? It's tough. I mean, you know, someone could argue it's more of the same because it's a naked bike, but this feels very different. It feels very different. It feels like it's in a class of its own, because I've never ridden anything that has just everything that this has. I do wish it had a quick shifter. That's going to be a negative. Because this is used, I'm not really focused on the price, but it's $17,400. That is a lot of money for a brand new bike. So, you know, you're going to have to bring out the bells and whistles for me on that kind of pricing. But other than that, I am comfortable. The seat is incredibly comfortable. The handlebars are in the perfect position. I love that it has a fuel gauge. I love that it has the rider modes, right, so that I can change it around if I really wanted to. I think that the engine is a powerhouse, unquestionably. they have built something here that is very impressive, and I'm sure that KTM knows that. And that sound is very, oh, and it's popping. Oh, it's crackling. It's snap crackling. Wow, it's really good. It's really good. And for a twin, there's no vibration in the bars that I'm feeling. You might see these mirrors kind of shuddering around, but that's just the position they're in. It's not coming up into my hands at all. I don't feel any heavy buzzing or high frequency stuff in the slightest. God, that sounds good. Dude, Royal Jordanian. Now I know, man, and he probably has, oh, come on. He probably has the sickest exhaust setup on his too. Yo, that girl's got a booty for days. Oh, I hate it when they strip these fucking roads. It's impossible to ride on. Sounds so pretty. Oh, that's sexual. That's check off on the sexual nature of this thing. Oh my God, it sounds so mean. I just want to scare people. That's not in my nature. I'm a good-natured person. This is bringing out something evil. It's like it doesn't engage until higher in the range, and then it just raps so hard up there. But yeah, guys, it's not too tall. It is perfect for me. Again, I'm 5'9". I have a 30-inch inseam, and this thing fits like a glove. I absolutely love it. I'm thinking I'm gonna put it right back on the sidewalk, actually. We're gonna pull it in right fucking here because we can. Alright guys, so that was it. That was my first ride, and I can't call it a review because it's amazing. There's nothing to review. It's an incredible bike. If you have an opportunity, come out here and buy this exact model at Lamoto. $13,995 is actually a pretty freaking good deal. If you consider this bike only has 2,000 and something miles, it's a year old. It's never been dropped. It comes with the aftermarket Graves exhaust. Beautiful single-sided swing arm right there. The very KTM-esque orange frame. Well, that's a massive, massive shock. This WP shock back here is enormous. Really exceptional bike. Really exceptional. It's got a tail tighty, which I imagine is why the brake lights keep coming on. And then Brembos. Whew. And then it's got the Brembo M50 monoblock calipers right up here, like I was talking about. These fully adjustable WP forks that are quite incredible. I mean, they felt very supple, very, very relaxing. And yet when you were getting into it, they gave you a lot of rebound. And then this 1301cc 75-degree liquid-cooled twin is just amazing. KTM, great job. Yeah. Really quickly, coming up here, turn this bad boy on. You got a lot of good information here. You've got your engine temperature. It won't come on, I guess the oil temperature, excuse me. That won't come on until the bike is on. You've got a fuel gauge, shift indicator. There's a shift indicator light, which I imagine is right there. This is the gear indicator. Kill switch. Turn that on. Trip 1. Trip time, 21 hours. And fuel range, 60 miles left, 12.6 volts on the battery. If I wanted to go into the modes, there we go. So just press one click down, you're in the modes. You can of course select down. There's traction control is on, ABS is on, ABS mode is in road mode. Oh, and you have heated grips. What? That's what these are for right here. This is the wiring for the heated grips. Well, that is something I did not know. Incredible. Alright guys, so in very Duke of DC fashion, I forgot to do a proper outro to the KTM 1290 SuperDuke R video. As you can see, I'm back on my glorious Thundercat, but holy cow, that gets you thinking. That is such a good bike. Pleasantly surprised. It doesn't feel anything like the Super Nakeds that I've already ridden, to include the Ducati, the S1000R, or the Aprilia Tuono 1100 RF, or this Aprilia Tuono for that matter. So, very interesting experience. If you enjoyed that video, please hit that like button. Do it! Let's break some records. Let's get more likes than I've ever gotten on a video, which I don't know what that number is, but just pound that like button away. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because I'm doing all sorts of videos to include reviews, moto vlogs, all sorts of stuff. Just, you love me, come on, love me, love me. And as always, guys, I will see you on the next one. Peace! Goodbye, friends! I'll see you on the other side. Oh.